Good morning, everyone. I do hope everyone has a great morning for this day. But before anything else, to start our class for this morning, can I ask everyone to please stand? So let us all stand for a prayer. And Leia, can you please lead the prayer? Okay, so for those who are Catholic, please make sign of a cross. In the name of the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. Amen. Thank you, God, for this new day in my school to work and pray. Please be with me all day and every story, game, and song. May all the happy things we do make you, our Father, happy too. Amen. In the name of the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. Amen. So once again, good morning, children. Okay, how are you today? Okay, so I do hope again that every one of us have a great morning for this day. So as we were going to proceed our discussion for this morning, or our lesson for this morning, let me introduce myself first. So I am your teacher, Antoinette D. Albatera, your mathematics teacher for today. Okay, nice to meet you too. So kindly pick up some pieces of paper beside and under your table, and afterwards arrange it, and if you're done, you can take your seats. Okay. Thank you. Since everyone is already been sitting and already been settled by themselves, so let us have our attendance for this morning. Once I am going to call you by your name or family name, by your family name or by your name, you are going to say two words only. You're going to say, present, ma'am. Okay, very good. So let's have our attendance for this morning. So very good, there is no absent for today. So to make everyone alive during our class discussion for this morning, let us have some energizer. Okay, so our energizer for this morning is 10 Little Engines. Okay, do you know the song 10 Little Engines, children? Okay, so I'm going to sing it first, and second, you're going to sing with me. Okay, so let's begin. Okay, so one little, two little, three little engines, four little, five little, six little engines, seven little, eight little, nine little engines, 10 little engine boys. Sing with me. One little, two little, three little engines, four little, five little, six little engines, seven little, eight little, nine little engines, 10 little engines, boy. Once again. One little, two little, three little engine, four little, five little, six little engine, seven little, eight little, nine little engines, 10 little engines, boys. Okay, very good. So thank you, everyone. I think everyone is already been energized for this morning. Now you may now take your seats again. Before we're going to start our discussion for this morning, let us have some short review for our previous topic, which is yesterday. Do you still remember it? Okay, very good. So in what number did we start counting? Yes, Anna? Yes, we start counting by number 1 and we end up to number 50. Very good. Let's clap our hands for Anna. Yay! So, alright. Are you ready to learn now? Yes, that's good to hear. So, before we begin, may I introduce first the classroom rules so that in whole duration of our class for this morning, we will be guided. Okay? Okay, so rule number 1, we have follow directions quickly. So later, if I'm going to give you some activities and there is a direction in that activities, you are going to follow it quickly, none the less, none the more. Okay? Okay. So in number 2 classroom rule, we have here say your family name or your name for permission to speak. So while I'm in a middle of discussion or class later, so if you want to speak, so you're just going to say your family name or your name for me to notice that you want to speak. Okay? And in third classroom rules, also you have to say your family name or name for permission to leave your seat. So if you want to leave for a while during our discussion for our lesson for this morning, you're just going to also to say your family name or your name to excuse yourself if something urgent came up. Okay, so in fourth rule for our classroom rules, so make smart choices. So while in the activities later, so you're going to apply this makes smart choices. Well, in whole duration also in our class, we have to make smart choices. Okay? So you have to follow it. So let's begin. Okay, look at the right side of the Manila paper. What things did you notice here? We have popsicles or strips. Yes, very good. So this time we were going to count these popsicles. We have too many color of popsicles, but we were going to count each popsicles in each color for us to know how many popsicles are in one or each colors. Okay, so count with me. So we were going to count first at the top, which is the violet. So count with me, please. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So how many popsicles do we have in violet? We have 10 popsicles in color violet. And now let's proceed to the color of, what kind of color is this? This is orange. Very good. This is orange. So now let us count if how many popsicles are in the color orange. So now count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So how many popsicles are we have in color orange? We have also 10 popsicles. Okay, very good. So let's proceed into the other color of the popsicles. So how many popsicles are we having in color blue? So let's find out by counting. Okay, count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Very good. We also have how many popsicles in color blue? We also have 10 popsicles. Very good. And let's proceed now by what color is this? So this is color red. Very good. This is color red. So how many popsicles are we going to have in color red? We were going to notice by what? Counting. So let's count again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Very good. So we have also how many popsicles in color red? We have 10 also. So let's proceed into the other color. So what color is this, children? This is color Green. Yes, very good. This is color green. So now, for us to know how many popsicles are in color green, let's begin by counting to know how many popsicles are in color green. So let's go. Let's count again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Yes. How many popsicles do we have also in color green? We have also 10. So now, how many colors did we already count? How many colors? So, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, in 5 colors, how many popsicles are in each 5 colors? How many popsicles do we have? We have 10 each popsicles in each color in this 5 colors. So now let's continue counting because there is another one left. And what kind of color is this? This is yellow. Very good. This is yellow color. And let us identify how many popsicles are in yellow color by counting also. So let's count again. So this is the last one. Nor this isn't. So let's count again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Very good. So how many colors do we have? We have how many? We have a while ago we have 5 color, and plus 1 we have 6 colors. So those colors are violet, orange, blue, red, green, and yellow. Yes, yellow. So we have 6 different colors, and in each 6 different colors, we have 10 popsicles in each. Okay, so for today's lesson, we will going to be learn renames numbers into tens and ones. So are you ready to learn for this morning? That's great to hear. So this morning, again, we will be learning renames numbers into tens and ones. But before we were going to go to our whole discussion of renames numbers into tens and ones, let us first know what is renames. So renames meaning is to give a new name to someone or something. For example, for me, my mother named me Antoinette, but later on, she noticed that calling me Antoinette is way too long if she wants to call me. So instead of calling me Antoinette, she replaced or renames it into my nickname, which is Anne, so that she can call me shortly by my name. So that is rename. So my mom renames me into Anne for her to call me into short way for my name. Okay, so that is rename. So this time in our class, since it is a mathematics, so we were going to rename numbers into ones and tens using this popsicle. So we were going to identify the renames numbers into ones and tens by using these popsicles here. So I have here 3 boxes. So this box named thousands, and the other box, which is the second one, is tens, and also the third one is called ones. So for this morning, let's just focus into 2 boxes, which is tens and ones. So let's get this out of our screen. Let us only focus into tens and ones boxes. So for this morning, I'm going to use popsicles to identify the renamed numbers into tens and ones. So let me take out this for a while because we were going to use this later. So to continue our discussion about renames numbers into tens and ones, we were going to use popsicles to identify how many tens and ones are we going to have in such a numbers. So our first number is number 17. So we have number 17, and let's find out how many tens and ones are we going to have in number 17. Okay, so let's paste this number 17 here. So now I have 17 popsicles. So let's find out how many tens and ones are we going to have in number 17. Okay, so count with me, class. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So we already have tens. So since we already have tens, this will be our 1/10 in number 17. We're going to remove this and transfer by the box of tens. Okay, so let's transfer it. So it's in already there. So now let's continue by number 11, since we didn't reach up to number 17 because we stopped in the number of 10. So let's begin by number 11 and up. Okay, so count with me until we go to number 17. Let's stop. Okay, so 1, 2, so 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. So we already have the 17 numbers. So we already have 17 popsicles really. So now let's remove this and move. So now since we already have 17 popsicles, so we already have 1/10, and when we were going to count this again, we already have 1/10. Let's find out because we already have 17. So let's recount this because if it can't reach up to 10, these popsicles will be our ones. Okay, so count with me with 1. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7. We have how many popsicles here? We have how many popsicles we have left? So we have 7. These 7 popsicles will be our 1. So this is our. So again, how many tens do we have in number 17? We only have 1/10. And also, when we recount how many popsicles left in here, we have 1 because it can't reach up to the 10 number. So we only have left how many popsicles? We only have 7 ones in number 17. So very good. So now let's proceed into the another number. So we got we are going to know better how are we going to rename numbers into ones and tens. So for a while we were going to remove this one. So we're going to use another number, and also we're going to identify how many tens and ones we're going to have in the next number. So we're going to remove this. So again, how many tens and ones do we have in number 17? We only have how many tens? We only have 1/10 and 7 ones. Very good. So now let's proceed into another number. So our next number is number 24. So we were going to paste this number 24, and now I have here a 24 popsicles, and to check that this is really a 4 popsicle, and to check that this is really a 24 popsicles, we were going to recount them. Okay, for a while. So now let's begin. So let's begin counting to find out how many tens and ones are we going to have in number 24. So count with me, class. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we already have 10. Okay. So since we already have 10, so we're going to remove this and transfer this from here onto here. Okay, very good. Okay. Good. So now let's continue. We stop by 10. And so we stop by 10. So let's continue counting by number 11. So let's count by 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So now we have 20. Now we reach into 20 numbers. So now that we reach into 20 number, so we were going to count this popsicle 20. So let's continue counting without removing this, okay? So let's continue counting to up to 24. So 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Okay, very good. Let's clap our hands to that. And since there's still popsicles left here in the bottom, we're going to count 1 up to 10 to identify how many tens are left here yet still in number 24. So count with me with 1. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So we already have how many tens? Since we already have 1 plus 1. So we already have how many? 1 tens and another 1 tens. Very good. So how many tens do we have in number 24? Only we have 2 tens in number 24. So there's still popsicles left below our Manila paper. So let's find out if this could be our ones or this could be our tens. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we only have how many popsicles left? We only have 4 popsicles. So since these four popsicles cannot be considered as tens because it can't reach up to tens, these 4 popsicles will be our ones in number 24. Okay. So how many ones are we have in number 24 again? So we have 4 ones. Okay, very good. So again, how many tens do we have in number 4 and number 24? So we have 2 tens. And also we have how many ones? How many ones do we have here? Here. So we have 4 ones. Okay, very good. Now, since we are already done in number 2, take this off and replace another number for us to know really how are we going to identify, how are we going to rename numbers into tens and ones. So for a while, I'm going to take this off. So now, since we already done to find how many tens and ones do we have in number 24, let's proceed into another number. So we have here the third examples. We have here 35. So let's paste this into our Manila paper and find out how many tens and ones number 35 has. Okay? So I have here also the number 35 popsicles. So to find out again how many so to find out again that this is really 35 popsicles, we will going to recount them. I have here 35 popsicles, and to identify or to know really that it is 35 popsicles, we will going to count it again. So for a while, children, I'm just going to paste this. Popsicles. Now we are going to recount this if this is really 35 popsicles. So we will only going to find out if we will going to recount. Okay, so count with me in color orange popsicles. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So we already reached up to 10. So the number 35 is so big, and so for us to not let us confuse our minds, we will just continue to count up to number 35. Okay, so count with me again. Continue with number 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, and 35. Okay, very good. That was a long count. So we already reached number 25. So now we will going to identify how many tens and ones do we have. So we will going to count 35 by tens. Okay, so if we're going to reach up to 10 number, so we will going to stop and recount again into 1 and tens to find out how many tens and ones are we going to have in number 35. So count with me again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So let's stop. So we already have 10. So we will going to take this off here and move it here at the box of tens. Okay. It's already been pasted. So now let's continue by 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, very good. So we will going to take this from here and move this from the tens box. Okay. So again, how many tens do we already have in number 35? We have for now we have since we're not done yet recounting how many tens and ones we have in number 35. So let's continue counting by 1. So 1, 2, 3, number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So let's stop already and let's take this off here and let's put this here at the box of tens box. Okay, so now how many tens do we have in number 35 now? So we have 3 tens. So now let's still continue because there's still popsicles left here. So let's count by 1, 2, 3, 4, and last 1. So we have 5 popsicles left. So since it can't reach up to 10, so these popsicles will serve as our ones. So we have how many ones in number 35? We have 5 ones in number 35. Okay, very good. So we have 3 tens in number 35 and 5 ones in number 35. So very good. That was a long count. So now, since we already done by number 35, so for a while I'm just going to take this, since we were going to have another number example because there's no space. Okay, so we're going to have another number example. Okay, again, let me review. How many tens do we have in number 35? So we have how many? So we have 3 tens in number 35 and how many ones? We have 5 ones. Okay, so now let's proceed into another number. So now we were going to have number 8. So we're going to have number 8. So let's find out how many tens and ones number 8 have. So I have here 8. I have here 8 popsicles. And let's recount if this is really 8 popsicles. If this is really 8 popsicles, okay? So, count with me, class. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, we have 8 popsicles. So, now, let's count how many tens do we have in number 8. So let's count. So we're going to count 1 up to 10 to add in 2. So we're going to count 1 up to 10 to be our tens. So we're going to count to find out the tens. So we're going to count 1 up to 10. Okay, so count with me again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have only how many? We have only 8 popsicles since this since these popsicles can't reach up to 10, so these popsicles will serve as our ones. So And now, how about the tens? Okay, since we only have 8 numbers and we only have 8 popsicles, and it can't reach up to 10, we only have ones. We don't have tens. Okay, since we only have 8 number and 8 popsicles, we don't have tens. Okay, so did you get it? That if the number can reach up to 10, it will going to be our ones, and there is no tens. Okay. Okay, so that's for number 8. Okay, again, how many tens do we have in number 8? We don't have tens in number 28. We only have ones. Very good. So now, let's have our last number for this morning as our example. So we have here 10. Okay, the last number. Okay, so we're going to paste this number 10 here for us to identify how many tens and ones are in number 10. Okay, so I have here a 10 popsicles. So we will going to 10 popsicles to find out, to check that this. So to check, just like what we did into the other popsicles, to check that if it's really 10, we will going to recount them. Okay, so count with me. So let's reach up to number 10. So okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, very good. So now, since we already know that it is still 10 popsicles, so we will going to find out now how many tens and ones do the number 10 have. Okay, so count with me 1 up to 10. So now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we will going to take this and put these 10 popsicles here in 10's box. So now, first our ones. So now, where are ones? So there is no ones because we only have, what number? We only have 10 numbers and 10 popsicles, and there are no left popsicles here. So we only have tens. So we don't have any ones numbers. So since we already reached 1 up to 10, only have tens. So we don't have ones. So a while ago we have number 8, which is we only have ones and we don't have tens. And now we only have tens but without ones. Okay, do you understand? Okay, so now we are done. In our examples. So how many tens do we have in number 17 class? Again, we only have 1 10 and 7 ones. Okay, very good. You still remember it. Oh, and in the second number that we have number 24. So how many tens we have in number 24? We have 2 tens and 4 ones. Okay, very good. You still really remember it. And into the third number that we have, which is the long count that we have, the number 35. So So how many tens do we have in number 35? We have how many tens, children? We have 3 tens and 5 ones. Okay, very good. That was a long count, but still you remember it. And second to the last, which is our fourth number. So we have 8. So how many tens and ones do we have in number 8? So we only have how many? So we only have one. So we only have ones, which is 8 ones. We don't have tens in number 8. So because it can't reach up to 10. Okay, very good. So how about the last one, which is number 10? So how many tens and ones do we have? Okay, very good. We only have tens. Okay, very good. Since in number 8, we only have ones, which is there is no tens. So we only have ones in number 8 because it can't reach up to 10. But in number 10 that we have last, but in number 10 that we only reach up to tens, which is nonetheless, none the more. So it is only 10. So it has only how many tens? How many tens did we got? So how many tens have 10? Oops, we only have 1 tens and no ones. Okay, very good. So now we are done for our lesson for this morning. We're going to proceed to our activities. But are you ready for our activities? Okay, very good. So this time, I'm going to group you into 2 groups. So each group have a different task to do. So before we start, let me present first to you our rubrics for our groupings for this morning for us. So, okay, this is our rubric for this activities. So, it says here, first, unity and cooperation. If you have unity and cooperation with your group, I'm going to give you 5 points. And also, in appropriateness of the answer, so I'm going also to give you 5 points, and behavior of the group also I'm going to give you 5 points, total of 15 points. So again, if I'm going to see the unity and cooperation with your group while doing your, I'm going to give you 5 points, and also on appropriateness of the answer. Once if you're going to present your answer to the whole class, so if you have this appropriate of this behavior of the group, so I'm going to see for myself if you behave as what you have to do while going your activities, and for the behavior of the group at the end of the activities. So if I'm satisfied, or if I'm very satisfied of the behavior of your group, I'm going to give you another 5 points. And if you get a perfect points of our rubrics, so you are going to have 15 total. Okay, 15 as your total. So now let's proceed on to your group activities. Okay. So now we have already our group activities. So I already pasted it here. I said a while ago you're going to have a different task here in grouping. So in group 1, so it's a group 1. So you're just going to take the tens of these numbers. Each number you're going to have to what? You're going to give us how many tens are in each numbers. Okay, you're just going to get the tens. So you're just going to present how many tens are in this tuko. Okay, so this is the group activity. So in group 1, as what I've said a while ago, so you're going to have a different task in these groupings. So you're not going to be the same. So to avoid cheating, okay? So in group 1, your task is to find how many tens are in each numbers, okay? So you're just going to present to us in the class later how many tens are you going to get in each number that I gave to you, okay? So in group 2 also, since the group 1, they're just going to get the tens. So in you tens, so in group 2, you're going to get only the ones. So if you're going to present to the class your answers, you will going only to present the ones. How many ones do you get in each numbers? Are you now ready? Okay, I give you 10 minutes to answer your group activities and you may now start. Take your time. So time's up. Okay. So I guess as each group is already done. So now let's check your work. So in group 1 first. So what I said a while ago, you're just going to have or to find out how many tens are in each number. So let's start with number 16. How many tens do you have in number 16? You only have, yes, you only have one. Tens, very good. That was awesome. And how about in number 22? How many tens do you have? You have two tens. Wow, very good. Group 1. Okay, you only have two tens. And how about in number 19? Wow, it's still the same. It's still the same in number 16. You also have one tens. Very good. And how about in number 32? Second to the last, which is the fourth one. How about in number 22? How about in number 32, which is the fourth one? So you have how many tens? You have three tens. Wow, that was excellent. That was so nice. Wow, that was excellent. How long did you count? Okay, how about in number 24? So, same as number 22, you have, yeah, very good. You only have two tens in number 24. So, I'm going to give you the score later, okay? After we finish checking the group 2 also. Okay, in group 2, now, in number 16, how many ones do you have? Wow, very good. 6 ones. Very good. And also in number 22, how many ones do you have? You have? You have 2 ones. Very good. That's so brilliant. That's so nice to hear. Okay, how about in number 19? You you have how many ones? Wow, 9 ones in number 19. Very good. That's excellent. And how about in number 32? I know you count long also. Same as group 1. So How about in number 32? How many ones do you have? You only have 2 ones. So very good. You only have 2 ones. That's so very good. You only have 2 ones. Okay. Last but not the least, 24. How many ones do you have in number 24? Later. How many? A while ago. How many? Wow, 4. Very good. You remember it. So now, since we're already done, checking your group activities, so the group 1 and 2 get the highest score. Congratulations, children, for a job well done. And also, you have 15 each point at your group because you perform your activities accordingly by the rubric. So, very good. Barangay clap for everyone. So now, since we are done in this, so let's have also an individual activities. So I have here 5 numbers. So I'm going to paste this here. So we have here our 5 items for our individual activities. So now each of you will going to find out how many tens and ones we have in each numbers of these 5 numbers. So each of you will going to have this. You're going to write this in your papers as your individual activities. So this is will going to be served as your test for this lesson. So you are going to what again? You're going to find out how many tens and ones are you going to have in each number. So I'm going to give you another 10 minutes to finish this individual activity. So you may now start. So that's it. Now let's check your individual activities. So let's begin in number 1, which is 28. So how many tens do you have in number 28? Yes, very good. You have 2 tens in number 28. And how about the ones? You have 8 ones in number 28. So that's correct. So you have 2 tens in number 28 and 8 ones. So how about in 6? How many tens and ones do you have? You only have 6 ones. So there is no tens. Very good. And how about in number 31? You have a long count. Do you? Yes. You have a long count. So how many tens do you have in number 31? Okay, very good. Same as in number 32 and 35. You have 3 tens, but how about the ones? How many ones do you have? Did you got? You got 1 ones. Very good. That's correct. And in number 13, how many tens do you have in number 13? You have 1 ones. Very good. And how about so how many tens do you have in number 13? Okay, you have 1 tens. Very good. And also, how many ones do you have in number 13? You have 3. Very good. That's correct. And lastly, you have 20. How many tens and ones do you have in number 20? You have 2 tens, and how about ones? There is, wow, excellent. There is no ones. You only have 2 tens. Okay, very good, everyone. So now, in our lesson Very good, everyone. And who's got the perfect score? Okay, congratulations, everyone. Have got the perfect score. Okay, now settle down. So, in our lesson for this morning, this day, what did you learn? You learn what? You learn how to rename the numbers into ones and tens. Very good. Is it important for us to know how to rename numbers? Important for us to know how to rename numbers into ones and tens? Yes, it is important so that we will know easily how many we minus and plus when we were having, for example, a money. Okay, very good. So I guess everyone already got my point. So I guess everyone already know how to rename numbers into ones and tens. So since we're already done, so now let's have our evaluation. Okay, this is the last part of our lessons for this morning, for this day. So, since we're already done in our groupings and individual activities, so let's go for our evaluation. So now I have here also 5 items. So let's answer this. Many ones and tens in number 8 again? We only have 8 ones. Okay, there is no tens. So in next number, so how many tens and ones do we have in number 60? We have 6 tens and there is no ones. Very good. You learn fast, huh? Now, how about in number 38? So how many tens and ones do you have in number 38? So you have 3 tens and 8 ones. Very good. Now, let's proceed to the fourth one. So how about in number 49? How many tens do you have in number 49? So let's proceed now in number 49. So how many tens do you have? Tens and ones do you have in number 49? You have 4 tens and 9 ones. Very good. So now, how about in number 30? How many tens and ones do you have in number 30? What? You only what? You only have 3 tens and there is no ones. Okay, very good. So, I guess everyone's already know. So, in your assignment, you're going also to find how many tens or ones are in these numbers and you're going to pass it tomorrow. Okay? Okay. So, write this in your paper and bring it to your home and answer it into your home. And bring it tomorrow and pass it to me. Okay? Okay, very good. So, for a while, I'm just going to paste this so that you can copy it easily. So copy this to your paper. and tell me when you are done. Okay, so that's the end of our class for today. I hope so that you learn a lot from our discussion and topic for this morning. So that's all, and thank you for your cooperation, and God bless everyone. Goodbye.